You're listening to Feel Good Astrology with Louisa-Tannermunson. To request a reading with Louisa, go to www.feelgoodastrology.com.
Hey Gemini, welcome back. It's Louisa-Tannermunson from Feel Good Astrology. Now, this is your 5-minute forecast for the month of May. And before I get started, I just want to give you a few dates to make a note of when you might very well be feeling a little bit sensitive emotionally from the position of the moon. First of all, I would say the 1st of May, the 7th of May feels pretty sensitive, the 14th and the 20th, and then lastly, the 28th of May. They all seem like difficult times when in fact you might well be feeling a little bit too much like not too much like yourself. It's like you're as you're getting closer to yourself, things feel very personal, put it that way. Anyway, in this month ahead, there's quite a few changes in this month of May, and the thing that I really think is quite significant for you is the fact that the sun is moving from like a 12th house position and into the 1st house position. I would say that in the last few months, which often happens just before our birthday, we start to feel a little bit quieter, a little bit more reserved, wondering, what's happened really to me and my life? How have I evolved in this last year? We get quite curious to explore our unconscious mind a little bit more, but this month is going to start to turn that around. And from the 21st, when the signs change, the sun moves into the sign of Gemini, you should start to feel a lot more like yourself. There's the me that I know. So yes, I think that's going to be good. Anyway, let's get cracking. So first thing I really want to draw your attention to, and this is in the first week, and that is the full moon, which is also a lunar eclipse, a penumbral lunar eclipse in the sign of Scorpio is taking place, and it's affecting the way you work and the way you get organized. It's pretty big. It's likely to inflame any pre-existing feelings that you have about yourself, but also if you've got inflammation in your body, it's likely to, boost it up a bit. It's not necessarily comfortable when you've got a full moon in the 6th house, because it really does show you where things might not be working so smoothly. But I think the opportunity for you to use it as a tune-up is really, really good. Then a couple of days later, we've got Venus going into the sign of Cancer, into your 2nd house, which is actually quite lucrative. It feels like flow and harmony are coming into your money situation, and also how you value yourself, which I think is a really good thing. Now, the second week has got some pretty useful aspects to it, but I really want to highlight the 3rd. There's a lot of changes going on in the 3rd week of May. So the first thing I want to really draw your attention to is Jupiter is changing signs, actually Mercury's going direct, and then the day after, Jupiter is changing signs. So when Jupiter changes signs on the 16th, it's moving into a 12th house position for you, and it's exploring and expanding on all of your imagination. So if you've got projects that you really want to get off the ground, in particular how you are redesigning your world, how you're reimagining your world. And some of this will have come out, I think, when Mercury was retrograde, because retrogrades do make us like look back and review and dream a little bit. So this is opening up your psychic energy, it's opening up your intuition, and that feeling of, yes, I want a pathway that is really on purpose for me. So I see that as being very useful. Then as that week progresses, we've got Mars going into your 3rd house, or the 3rd house area. It's going into the sign of Leo, and that should really enable you to articulate where you want to go. You may well find that you fall out a little bit with people within your community, especially people that are very staid and concrete in the way they think about things. Your energy is going to really liven things up. It's also going to be in an opposition to Pluto, and that creates a lot of tension, and it's creating tension for you between what you know to be a fact and what you think the outside world is telling you. And it feels like the outside world is trying to really control what you're thinking, which is a real problem for you. And that is something that's going to be really in play up until beyond the 23rd, 24th of May. You know, it's a good week long, energetic, I would say. Then we've got the sun changing signs, which I think will bring some light relief. You know, you'll start to really feel like you're back on track. So the last week of May then is going to it's got some really nice aspects, but in particular on the 22nd, there is this very big dynamic that is really there to help you start new things. You've got the new moon on the 19th, which is highlighting really what your intense desires are. And so by the time you get to the 22nd, you could be starting to move forwards in the way that you want to go. So anyway, Gemini, I hope that's useful. If I can be of any help, just drop me a line. Anyway, take care and hopefully see you next month. Bye for now.
To request a reading with Louisa, go to www.feelgoodastrology.com.